Hey there, and welcome to the A.D.K channel. I, of course, am Dave. There is no Kirk or Andy with me, but who I do have with me is the band Broken Calling. I have Connor, Jack, and Tansy, I believe, if I pronounce that correctly, from Broken Calling. Welcome to the channel.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Obviously, we have you on. I'm going to say, first of all, I'm going to say congratulations. Metal to the Masses Kent winners going to Bloodstock next week. Congrats.
Woo! Nice.
Very, very impressive. It's Metal to the Masses is not an easy one to win, and there is so many good bands across the whole country. We've done the Hitchin heats over here, and it was such a tough heat for the bands. Even the bands in the finals, any one of them should have gone to Bloodstock. So I'm fairly certain it was probably the same for you guys.
Pretty much,
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. The bands from Metal to the Masses Kent, top draw, absolutely top draw. The fact that we won, I'm still kind of like, how?
Well, because I saw this look of shock on your face on your video. Yes. You're just like.
yeah,
pretty much.
To be honest, I was just, I just couldn't believe it. I think my whole face and head just went numb, and I was just like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, I literally I was FaceTiming my mum at the same time, and I literally was just like looking at my phone and my mum's face, everyone's face. Everyone just kind of like bombed me to like say congratulations, and then I got kind of like pushed on stage because we had to go on stage, and pretty much James was like ushering everyone on, like a dad ushering his kids like across the road. And
that's something I've seen. I've seen on a lot of the videos of the finals, which I have different regions and stuff like that. They do the announcer, they ask you to come stage, but of course, as a band, you're getting everyone's thanking you, you're thanking each other, and the next thing you know, it's like 3 or 4 minutes later, and they're like, "Can you actually get on the stage, please? We're trying to do this announcement. Get up here."
Pretty much.
I'm going to talk a little bit about Bloodstock in a second, but I want to go right back to the beginning. I like to do band origins. It's always good for anyone that may not know the background behind the band. The first one I always have to ask is band name, the origin of the band name, Broken Calling. Where did it come from? Was it a pick it at random? Does it have a secret meaning? Go for it.
Oh no.
Right, okay, I'll take this one. So 4 of us were in another band. No, sorry, 5 of us now were in another band before. 4. It was 4. It was me, James, Martin, Connor. We were in Spreading the Disease. And it kind of went a bit sour. And it wasn't great. We were a bit bummed out about it. And then we decided to form this band. And then we kind of presumed our last band was our kind of calling, because music is our calling, but it got broken. So that's kind of where the name came from, in essence.
Thanks for the save, Jack. I don't know what happened there. I just kind of...
Things happen. Technology and all that. No, good explanation. So it also helps me a little bit about the history of the band. So if you want to give me a little bit of history, obviously you've talked about the formation. Give us a little bit about the first couple of years of the band, writing of the original, the earlier material, and then we'll come up to date with obviously the lineup change that you've recently had.
Hopefully, if the internet decides to do a favour, I guess Jack. Probably, I only heard the back end of what Jack said about the introduction, but it sounds like he smashed it. So so Broken Calling was formed. And one of the first things we did, there was a couple of songs that we had from the previous band that we decided to kind of keep. The first song we ever released as a band was a song called March of the Underdog, which was a band that was written in the previous band but was brought with us into Broken Calling. And then we wrote the song Superiority Complex, and that was kind of like the foundation of the first EP that we released, and pretty much the only kind of proper, I guess, release that we've had so far. We mainly kind of have been releasing singles at the moment, but From the Ashes was our first EP that we dropped in 2019. I think it was around about November 2019. We had a nice little single launch show at New Cross Inn, and that was really cool. That was with some good friends of ours in Sidelines. There was a band called Iridium, I want to say. And there was a really cool band. I butchered the name of this band the first time I heard of it. I think the band was called Bring Back Persephone. Jack, I think I've got that right. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that was. Were they from the continent? Were they from like Greece or something?
Yeah. So they literally trekked from Greece to shoot a music video in Birmingham, play this one show in London, and then go back to Greece. So it
That's
was nuts.
commitment for you.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw something early today, like at the time of recording. I think the drummer from that band was playing in a band at Wacken.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it's like a female drummer. She was insane. She was so good. And I think she played Wacken like literally today. I saw on like socials. But yeah, that was cool. So yeah, so we did From the Ashes. And then we kind of we was gigging like non-stop. Like we was up and down the country. We did like Manchester, we did up north, we did a bunch of southern shows kind of in the middle as well. We were kind of all over the place. And then we went to kind of start writing for the next release, and we were jamming some ideas. And then COVID just kind of halted everything. Unfortunately, yeah, we played a show the week before the first lockdown on like the 14th of March 2020 or something like that in a little dive bar, which is one of our favorite venues, Carve Dive in Bromley. Yeah. And then literally like the day after that I got COVID, and then next thing you know, while I was like bedridden, they were like, oh yeah, country's locked down. So you're like, oh well, that sucks.
Right.
So yeah, we spent the next like 2 years kind of doing nothing, and then at some point we just kind of all turned around. I mean, to be fair, it got frustrating to the point where I was gonna pack it in and just be like, nah, we've had a good run. Let's just nip this in the bud. And but no, we were all kind of like, oh no, let's just write something. So we ended up writing Redemption, which was our first single back, and that kind of lit the fire under everyone again and kind of got the creative juices flowing. So yeah, and we've pretty much been non-stop since in terms of like kind of writing, recording with gigs and stuff. The next single we released was Start the Fire, which started off as writing a bespoke song for my twin brother, who is a professional wrestler. So it was such a cool. He was like, "Yeah, I want Broken Calling to write my entrance music," and we were like, "Right, well, we're going to turn it into a full song, not just like a minute song." So we were like, "Okay, we'll do like the minute section for you, like at the start for your walkout, and then we'll just turn the rest of it into a song." So that's how Start the Fire happened. Okay. Then we released Ghosts, which, to be fair, is probably one of our most successful singles to date, just in terms of like numbers and kind of reception. Then mate, honestly, the timeline has just been crazy. And then in between all that, we've been playing like crazy shows. Like we've played with like some amazing bands over the years, like Waster, which is a really popular pop punk band, Griever, who are sadly no longer about. They're an amazing metalcore band. We ended up sharing a venue with Wargasm at Face Down in London. Face Down in London, we played a couple times on their Halloween nights. Apparently we're a Halloween band now. Confessions of a Traitor, who are literally, as we speak, are going over to America for a tour.
Nice.
We've played with some pretty sick bands. Seething Akira we've played with, who are opening the main stage at Bloodstock on the same day that we're playing, actually. Okay. I think they're opening the main stage on the Saturday, and then we're on like in the afternoon. I don't know whether we're allowed to say exactly what time we're on yet. But yeah, all I can say at the moment is that we're on in the afternoon. I can't. I don't think I can say specifically what time, but we're not on like first thing in the morning, which is really cool. But yeah, Confessions of a Traitor are amazing. Seething Akira, and yeah, even some of the bands that are playing the New Blood stage as well, we've had the pleasure of sharing the stage with outside of Bloodstock, like Beyond Your Design, Shoot to Kill, Primer. Primer, an amazing band from Kent. If you miss them, if they clash with us, come see Broken Calling instead. No, I'm joking. No, if you honestly, go see either band. You will have a great time. Honestly, it'd be sick. But yeah, we also did a cover by a good friend of ours who goes by the name of Kid Bookie. We covered his song, which is quite hilariously titled "Liquor, Sex, Weed." You know, that's pretty much what it's all about. But yeah, so yeah, it's been a wild ride, but and obviously, you know, coming up to now, we have the addition of the wonderful Tansy Verlaine to the band, and we've dropped our latest single, Virus, which has been received really well so far.
Yeah.
We're really happy with the response. I think we're creeping up to like 6,000 views on YouTube on our channel at the moment. And yeah, the Spotify numbers are looking good as well. I think we're like close to kind of like 1,000 or 2,000 streams or something like that. But yeah,
I'm intrigued by the change round, because obviously I came across you guys last year with the single Sick.
Yeah.
So that was pushed my way by John. Asked me to check it out. So I had a look at that and kind of broke that video down and kind of sent that back over. And really good track. Really like there's some of the new metal influence in the sort of the riffing. Kind of puts you in the same kind of age group as myself, because then you can almost hear in the influence. You're like, okay, I know the bands that you grew up with, because you're like, yeah, you're in the same age kind of groups of bands and stuff like that.
There's definitely a big that, especially with the newer kind of music that we're writing. There's definitely a big kind of new metal, definitely a big new metal influence. Jack also has quite a big background in drum and bass, which kind of you can kind of tell with like the sampling that we use in songs like Virus at the moment. And we kind of plan to kind of tap into that a bit more. You can kind of tell that there's this kind of new metal kind of uprising coming along. You've got bands like I mean, the prime example I would say at the moment is a band called Graphic Nature. They're proper bringing like the kind of big, like disgustingly heavy riffs with kind of your kind of 808s and DJ samples and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely like that's something that kind of we've been kind of looking into, and kind of with Jack's like kind of drum and bass and percussion background, we kind of want to bring a lot more of that to the forefront. And obviously we want more of Tansy in the mix, so like, you know, because her vocals are insane, and eventually I'm just going to quit. So
here's the question then. So obviously with Tansy coming into the band, before she joined, were you actively looking, going, do you know what, we want a new vocal? Because as a vocalist, you're almost sort of in the back of your head, you're like, I either want to split vocal duties down because this is just a lot, or you're going, I want to put another layer of vocals, something a bit different to me.
Yeah, it was more.
Did you want a male vocal? Were you looking for a female vocal? What was your thought process before she joined the band?
It was more like, just trying to take the band in a new direction this year. Obviously, Connor jokes about it, but he was like, it will give me a bit of a break on stage and a bit of a rest on stage. But it was just more gearing towards a bit of a new sound. We've seen, you know, there are some awesome female metal vocalists in the scene at the moment as well, and we just love that sound, so we wanted to kind of bring that into our sound as well. And we did actively look. We auditioned a couple of people, didn't really fit what we were looking for. They were amazing, but just not fitting with what we were exactly looking for. And then one night of practice, one of the lads, I think it might have been James, just said, "Oh, try put an ad on this website," and I can't even remember what the website's called now. And then within half an hour, Tansy had responded. She gave me her WhatsApp. She was sending me videos, and I was just like, fuck, boys, this girl is amazing. And then we got her in. She fit perfectly, personality wise, and vocal wise. Obviously, you've heard her; she's insane. It was just a great fit once we found her, really.
So from Tansy, from your point of view, when as a vocalist coming into a band, you're usually, in a lot of cases, the new vocalist replacing another vocalist. So you just have to take the existing songs and sing them either in the same way that the previous vocalist is, or you incorporate in your own way. But you're actually joining a band where the vocalist is still there. So how does that work coming into a band? Is it a case of between yourself and Connie, you're looking at the bits going, well, we can harmonise on this, or you take a lead on this section and actually I will step back on that? How? Because you've got a whole back catalogue of songs here that don't have two vocal parts in it. So how have you worked that together?
So that is exactly what happened. How you describe it is exactly what we've been doing.
Yay! Right.
We've been working on like who's going to take what part. what sounds good, putting some harmonies in, who takes the screams, who does. Yeah, it's just literally it's been okay. It's been working out really well. I think it's worked really well. It's helped
No
to bring
arguments.
like the choruses as well. Like extra layers onto the choruses and stuff.
And has that changed? I mean, before Tansy joined, were there songs written that potentially have now had to be changed because they've got a completely different vibe, or have Tansy, have you come in and gone, no, right, change all those riffs? This is how we're doing it now. This is what we're doing.
No, hell no.
Yeah, we've gone from drop A to drop C now because we need that real high pitch.
Excuse me. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about obviously Bloodstock. It's next week. Now I'm intrigued from bands going into Bloodstock because you've done all these Metal to the Masses, you've gone through all your heats, you've gone for your quarterfinals, your semi-finals, your finals, you've honed your set down, so you've got it slick, well produced, ready to go. Now, as a band, are you sitting there thinking, do you know what, we're just going to go out and run that same set because we know it's tight, we know it's polished, or are you sitting there going, we're going to push it and go, we're going to try something new, we're going to try and do something different for the show because as it's Bloodstock, we want to go further, we want to try something completely off the wall, because there's that risk factor of doing that, but there's also the potential reward of going completely extreme. Or do you just go in and go, we're going to put on the best possible show, which is the one we've been rehearsing and practicing for the last several months? What's going through your heads now with that only 7 days or so away?
It's a bit of both, really, to be honest with you, mate. We are doing our set, but we've kind of put a few bits in which are tailored, I suppose, to the big stage. So there's a few alterations that I've done with the samples because I play to a click track and the samples play out. So yeah, we've made a few edits there. And Connor and Tansy are doing some pretty cool vocal stuff as well in between. To try and tailor to that big audience, which it's, in my opinion, I think it's sounding really good what they're doing. I think same stuff, just slicker and tailored to a bigger crowd.
Right. I mean, are you guys all going up for like just the day that you're playing? Are you staying up there for the whole event? How's this working for you guys?
We're partying hard the whole weekend, boy.
Yeah.
Apart from the Saturday.
Yeah, apart from Saturday.
Until you get off stage, then you can do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. From when we get Thursday. I don't know. Thursday. I mean, we're going to be in the. I think we're going to be in the artist camping site. So hopefully we might bump into some some of the bigger bands and get to mingle with them. And but yeah, Thursday and Friday will be kind of like, I guess we'll kind of party because we kind of want to enjoy the vibe, but we don't want to go too crazy, so don't mess ourselves up for Saturday. And then Saturday, I think, is like where we do like all kind of like the media stuff. I know we've been chosen to be one of the bands. Again, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but you know what? Who cares? We've been selected to be one of the bands to be interviewed in the VIP tent with Alan Hicks. He has like a segment he does every day with 3 different bands on the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday called In Blood We Trust. And it's specifically tailored to New Blood and Jägermeister bands. So I don't know who else he's picked. All I know is that Broken Calling is one of those bands. So yeah, that's going to be cool. And then I guess we'll go and try and, see if we can steal an interview with maybe Kerrang or Metal Hammer or something, or whoever we can grab, or be like, please talk to us. Please, we want to be important. And then obviously once all that's said and done, we're going to be heading over to the New Blood stage. And hopefully we'll get the tent packed out and it'll be a goddamn party. You know what? Like everyone in Broken Calling is probably sick of me saying this over and over again, but I genuinely still can't believe the concept of Broken Calling. I don't know. It's just something like you dream about shit like this. You dream about playing big festivals like Download and Bloodstock and stuff like that. Like, I ever since like my first ever band I joined in 2009, I've wanted to play festivals like this. And then the fact that we're actually doing it and it is literally a week away, it still doesn't feel real to me. Yeah. So yeah, I'm in a very grateful state of mind at the moment. And I can imagine the rest of the band is as well, because this is a mad opportunity. Yeah. And yeah, I just want to enjoy every second of it.
And we've got a big crowd of us going up as well. We've got our partners coming who are going to be camping, and Connor's brother.
My mum's coming. My mum's coming to
on the
Bloodstock,
Saturday.
bro.
Tansy,
My mum bought a day ticket. I can't believe it. I can't wait.
Tansy's
My mum
partner's
has never
coming
been
as
to a
well.
festival, let alone a
You can
metal
crowd
one.
surf. It'll be fine.
Brilliant.
Yeah, get the
Oh
crowd,
my
mate.
god! If I see my mum will, well, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, but my mum will cack
Go
her
for it.
pants. If she crowd surfs, she will not have a good time. She'll probably throw up. But it is not. My mum and this kind of environment never mix. So the fact that she's coming to like support us, it genuinely means the world. But yeah, like I mean, even like, you know, where like I have this kind of ethos that I like to kind of, and this message that I like to kind of say to people is like, I don't care, and the band doesn't care whether it's 1, 10, 1,000 or 1,000,000 people. Like, you will get a 100% Broken Calling show every time. It doesn't matter. We're there for the people who want to be there. And if you don't, that's fine. Like, you know, it's a festival, for Christ's sake. You know, if you don't want to go see us, there's 1,000,001 other bands you can go see. We would rather you come see us, obviously. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're going to put on a show for everyone. And god damn it, it's going to be the best damn show you've ever seen.
Exactly. Now, obviously, next week with Bloodstock being next week, the band is probably everything is looking just to that. But obviously, we need to think about past Bloodstock because that's within 10 days. That's going to be out the way, and you're going to be back, and you're going to be then hopefully sort of ploughing all that reputation of Bloodstock into some future endeavors. But what is on the plan for the rest of this year then for Broken Calling?
We're going to Europe. We're going to Europe, aren't we?
Hey, so what's the plan in Europe then?
We're going to
there's
do
a football chant about a European tour in there somewhere.
Yeah, we're doing a date in Malta in November, and then we come back, and then the week later we're doing a 3-day stint in Slovenia as well.
Is that with Decline the Fall? By any chance?
It may be.
It might be. Because they're releasing an album around about that time.
As soon as you say Malta, I'm like, all right, okay, yeah. That sounds like John, maybe.
Maybe John helped us organise that.
Maybe.
And it's going to be Tansy's first little run with us as well. So how are you feeling, Tans, about coming away with us for 3 days?
I'm feeling very excited about it. I'm really looking forward to it, and especially to play shows out of the UK. I think I'm really looking forward to that. Europe, yeah, I've not done that before, so it's definitely going to be an experience that I'm looking forward to, 100%.
Also, I'll just butt in. Sorry, we do have a show that we literally announced at the time of recording, like about 3-4 hours ago. So our first post Bloodstock show has been announced. It is with our good friends in the London Metal Coalition. It's at the Fighting Cocks in Kingston, so it is a nice little London show. We love our London shows. And as I said, it's with our good friends in the London Metal Coalition, which we're happy to be a part of. Whoa, nice light change, Jack. Love that.
Getting a bit dark.
Set the mood. That is with, so we'll be supporting and playing with a band called Dead Before Morning. We'll be playing with the Black Bison and also London Metal to the Masses finalist Vulgaris. Okay. So we will have fellow Metal to the Masses brethren with us at that show. But yeah, it's a night called Wake the Dead. I believe it starts at 7, goes on till late. It's a nice little DJ set afterwards with all your kind of metal bangers. Like, you know, you've got your Metallicas, your Linkin Parks, your Korns, your Slipknots, and it's going to be a big old night of metal. And yeah, if anyone's around and wants to see Broken Calling for the first time since we played Bloodstock,
I think we're announcing a show tomorrow as well, aren't we?
We are indeed. Should we give it? Should we give it away? Should we give it away?
When is this going out?
For the hell of it, since we're announcing it tomorrow.
So this is where you're putting me under pressure when this will go out. Because if I don't get out, then I'm lying on the video. It will be out by the weekend. So because obviously we've got Bloodstock, I need to make sure we get this video out beforehand. So
we can
I'll probably post it Saturday night.
Yeah, we can probably announce it then. So we are playing a show with the band who just so happens to be in the US at the moment, Confessions of a Traitor. We're going to be playing with them at the Black Heart in Camden on the 9th of December. This is getting announced tomorrow. And yeah, it's a stacked lineup, absolutely stacked. I'm not going to give away the lineup. Just wait till we announce it tomorrow. This lineup is huge, not just because of Broken Calling and Confession of a Betrayer. Every band on this is probably probably one of the most stacked lineups you're going to see in a while of London bands, and it's going to be an amazing day. It's just going to be so good. And Black Heart's one of our favourite venues.
Yeah.
So
I'll have to actually try and get to that one.
Black Heart.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah,
down.
man. Yeah, man. We'll have to come up your way at some point as well. We'll have to come up Hitchin or something.
Hitchin, yes, definitely. Club 85, definitely a place to come and check out.
100%.
My last question I have for you is, obviously we talked about shows. What about music? So we've had Virus. We've had that drop. What have we got? Have we got any more singles, album? What EP? What's on the agenda from a recording, release, music stuff?
We're just going to be doing the single thing, I think. We find like as a band at this kind of level, it's better to like constantly release singles to gain that traction. So yeah, we've got a few new things in the works, some naughty beatdowns and some nice little weird Slipknotty new metal intros, and yeah, it's all coming together. So I think we'll be getting in the studio very, very soon. And yeah, I think Tansy and Connor have been writing as well. So we're looking forward to the new stuff, definitely.
Excellent. Well, all I can say is best of luck with Bloodstock. Make sure you enjoy it. I'm sure you will. Don't get too drunk before you go on stage. That's always a
keep it pro. Keep it pro.
And of course, I will hopefully see you at one of your shows in London soon. But this is Broken Calling, and thank you very much for being on the A.D.K channel.
Cheers, Dave.
Cheers.